Hi and welcome back to the Longevity Lab. I'm Tanya, Malik, Chawla, and today we're going to be talking about why your gut health could be blocking weight loss. Here's a secret no doctor is going to tell you. Weight loss is not always about your willpower, your diet, or even your workouts. It is also about your gut. Your gut microbiome directly influences how your body stores fats, manages blood glucose, and even controls your cravings. So today let's break down the gut metabolism connection. So your gut is home to trillions of microbes. When they are in balance, they help you digest food, regulate immunity, produce signaling molecules that literally talk to your metabolism. But when there's a dysbiosis, which means it's out of balance, and this could mean too many of the bad bugs or too little of the good ones, here's what happens. Number one, inflammation goes up, and inflamed cells become resistant to insulin, which means your body now has to release more than normal insulin to be able to regulate blood sugar. And the result is higher insulin levels, poor glucose uptake, and a metabolic push towards storing lipids or fat storage. The second is leaky gut. See, normally your gut lining is permeable, right? Which means that nutrients can pass through the walls for circulation. But inflammation leads to increased permeability. When the intestinal barrier loosens, fragments of gram-negative bacteria, especially lipopolysaccharides or LPS, can get into circulation. This is also known as metabolic endotoxemia. This LPS binds to your immune cells, adipose tissues, and muscles, literally switching on the inflammatory pathways like NF-kappa B. By the way, in many studies, markers of leaky gut, for example, zonulin, were mapped with obesity and insulin resistance. Now, I know association is not causation, but this signal was constant through various cohort studies. Okay, the third point is even more interesting because certain bacteria can actually extract more calories from the same food compared to others. What this means is some gut microbe communities are simply better at extracting more energy from food. Now, there are studies which were done on mice which showed that gut microbiome from an obese mice, when transferred into a non-obese mice, the non-obese mice actually had greater fat gain while remaining on the same old diet. This showed us that obesity as a trait is transferable via gut microbiome alone. Now, by the way, the human twin study and a lot of other studies showed the same finding. Lastly, gut microbiome also plays a role in estrogen detox and actually contributes to estrogen dominance and its related issues like belly fat storage, breast tissue risks, and even metabolic imbalances. How this works is simple. See, basically our liver packages estrogen for excretion through our stool. Now, this is done through our natural detox pathways like glucuronidation or sulfation. But in the gut, microbial beta-glucuronidase can deconjugate or unbind these estrogen, making them reabsorbable in the system. This is known as enterohepatic recirculation of estrogen. So, if there is an imbalance in the gut microbiome, specifically if it's high in beta-glucuronidase producing microbes, this can increase the recirculation of estrogen, leading to estrogen dominance. Cutting the long story short, when there is gut dysbiosis, it doesn't just cause bloating, IBS, or skin issues, it literally shifts your metabolism into fat storage mode. So what does this mean in real life, or how does this actually show up? It could be fat accumulation around your belly, even if your diet is largely clean. It could look like post-meal crashes, sugar cravings that feel impossible to control, even constant bloating or irregular digestion. And here's the highlight, right? Your blood sugar or your fasting glucose can look normal. Your diet can be normal, or the glucose load in your diet may not actually be very high. But if the gut is inflamed, your insulin levels rise silently in the background, seemingly for no reason at all. And this is why a lot of people in their 30s or above 30s start to feel like their body is working against them. So what can you do to fix this? See, functional medicine approach focuses on removing the triggers and restoring the balance. To get you started on your healing journey, here are a few steps that you can take on your own. Number one, remove gut disruptors like processed foods, seed oils, sugars, even artificial sweeteners, which by the way can creep in through things like diet sodas. Also reducing other gut disruptors like antacids, unnecessary antibiotics, and add gut healing foods like polyphenol rich vegetables, easy to digest prebiotics like flaxseed powder, chia seed, and if and only if there is no bloating, flatulence, or other SIBO like symptoms, add fermented foods and probiotics. You can also do targeted supplementation. There is a probiotic yeast strain that I talk about a lot, which is Saccharomyces boulardii, which works wonders, along with nutrients like zinc carnosine, and in some cases even berberine HCl for microbial balance. But I always say this, make sure to map your supplementation with your biomarkers. However, you can begin with lifestyle resets, simple things like 10-minute walks after every meal, getting quality 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night, starting to strength train, managing your stress levels, because remember cortisol spikes also alter your gut microbiome, getting 15 minutes of morning sunlight as soon as you wake up, because this really helps set or reset your circadian rhythm, which goes a long way in fixing your gut. But remember, the goal is not just to fix digestion or sweep the symptoms under the rug, right? It's to restore your microbiome's control on your metabolism. If you want to go even deeper, then you can book a root cause analysis call with me to look at your blood markers and figure out the right protocol for you, or you can get started with one of my do-it-yourself protocols built for gut health or specific symptoms of gut health.